Well, hello everyone and welcome. Welcome to another episode of the Woman CFO Show. I am your host, Benita Tyler. And for those of you who are here for the very first time, thank you so much for joining us. And I'm super excited about the topic that we are about to dive into. I'm excited about all the topics that we cover here at Woman CFO Show because I know that we are making a difference. And it is all because of people like you. So, this is the wealth building series. We're specifically going to be focusing on creating wealth through entrepreneurship. In this first episode, what I want to do is kind of give you an insight as to what happened for me before I actually got to the space that I'm in today. Some of the things that we need to put on the table is our mindset. What are the things that are stopping us from reaching our wealth building goals? And part of what we need to do is to set it and forget it. And that means to automate as much of the financial process as you possibly can. And part of wealth building is automating the monies that you will have going towards your wealth building investments. So I've had some challenges, some hiccups along the way. Even a CFO, someone who is chiefly in charge of money. I have had some challenges because as a business owner, there are things that happen outside of your company that you cannot control, right? You're in control of managing who you hire, right? You are in charge of the marketing plan. What are you going to sell? Who are you going to sell it to? All of these things are internal to your organization. But what happens on the outside, you have no control over. And that was actually one of the biggest obstacles that I had to overcome in terms of starting my wealth building journey. You see, back in 2008, the U.S. economy hit a nosedive. There was a big fork in the road. Companies were closing, sales were going down, prices, all of the everything was just happening. And it was impacting not only the large corporations, but specifically it was trickling down to small businesses. And for me, one of my largest clients had to close her doors because she was actually a nonprofit organization, and her funding was coming from large corporations and government, and everybody was tightening their belts back then. So what happened to her trickled down. It was a ripple effect. It happened to us. We didn't have to close our doors in either of our companies, but we did see a significant, drastic drop in income. And that left us scrambling. We had, to figure out what next. What do we need to do in order to turn this ship around, in order to get back on course so that we can continue to have a business that grows and that can actually take care of itself, and most importantly, take care of us. So we had to figure out quick how to turn the situation around. And so we'd be still hearing, people like Susie Orman and Dave Ramsey. If you guys don't know these two, these are financial experts that talk about, personal finance. So then there comes this fourth idea that I had and I grappled with, right? And many of you may be able to relate. It's ignoring the future. Right? It's ignoring the fact that tomorrow is going to come. You see, back in the day, back in those years, I was early 30s, and, you're just living a life. Your business was doing well, or it may be doing well, and you have all, your sales that you could ever imagine. The profits is really going good, and you might be blowing your money. And if that's you, let me tell you something. Those years are going to come. The question is, will you be prepared for your future? And then the last thing, mindset-wise, I was thinking, what about tomorrow, right? What about there is no future? There is no vision. Sometimes you just go about life and you're not really planning for it. You have a general idea, but nothing concrete. And so at that point, that is where I had to ask myself, well, what are my numbers? What do I need to make today on a monthly basis, an annual basis, to live the life I love on purpose? What do I need to be making in terms of the profit? How much profit needs to go to some other type of an investment, to a savings account? How much money needs to be accruing, right? And so this is where the whole shift comes in. This is where I began to do what I do in terms of my talks today, living life on purpose in my finances. I learned that these were the key thoughts, the key mindsets, the key habits that were actually blocking me. And then I did something about it. I took the power back. I turned my thought process around, and then I took action. And so that's what I'm going to challenge you all to do today, because you know I'm never going to close my show without challenging you to do something. So here is your homework assignment. I want you to think about those things that we talked about. The points, the mindsets, the habits, and ask yourself, where do you see yourself in any of those? If you don't see yourself in any of them, then congratulations, then you are moving forward, your mindset. And the next part is, what do you need to do today in order to live the life that you want to live tomorrow? You know, who do you need to reach out to? What information do you need to read or listen to? Or what workshop do you need to attend? Get the information. Knowledge definitely is power. So when you put that information to use, that is when you can turn your financial situations around. Connect with the people that you need to connect with. I mentioned some folks. I mentioned some titles. Your CPAs, your tax advisors, your financial planners. You can go to a bank today or a credit union, and they may have someone on staff that can at least guide you in that right direction. And if you need some more information, feel free to reach out to me. Go to my website, womancfo.com, and you will find more information there. So everybody, that is it for our podcast today. Thank you. If you found value in what we talked about today, make sure that you drop a comment below and share this information with your tribe, letting them know, how to build wealth through entrepreneurship. And we will be back with another episode, so stay tuned. And as always, everybody, I wish you all a prosperous day. This is Benita Tyler, Woman CFO, signing off and saying bye for now.